welcome to our new surroundings. In our first weekly press conference, Temple hosts Villanova in the inaugural Mayor's Cup on Thursday night at 7 at Lincoln Financial Field. Head coach Al Golden is with us today. We'll start with questions, please.
How was your son?
It's good. It was good. We got a lot of mature guys on the team now, and you're able to coach football. You're able to coach football and deal with football every day, and that's new. That's new to these parts. So we're excited about it.
I was talking to Andy a little bit ago, and he said, if he were in your position, he's not sure he would take this game because he just says it's much more of a no-win for you guys. How do you view this game, and as opposed to maybe playing a different 1AA team, from not around here or something?
Well, would you be happier if Florida A&M was coming up? Would that be relevant to the city? Would that be relevant for our football program? Look, eventually, if you want to be a good team, you play significant games. That's the bottom line. If you want to be an important team, you play important games. So we want to play a city game that's important. We want to play a state game that's important, and we've chose to play regional games. We went out and got Connecticut. It's not like we ran away and said we don't want to play Connecticut. We went out and got Connecticut, and we got Maryland coming up in a couple of years, and those are the types of teams that we want to play. And a lot of Temple alums, they say it's a lose-lose. It's not a lose-lose. It's not a lose-lose at all. You got to play this game if you're at Temple. You have to play this game. It's a city game. You got to play relevant game. You got to play relevant teams, and eventually, if you want the pressure of playing in a MAC championship game, if you want the pressure of trying to win MAC East games down the stretch, if you want the pressure of playing in a bowl game, all right, if you want the pressure of playing out-of-conference games and trying to beat some of those guys, you got to face this pressure first. If you're a winner, this is nothing compared to what we want to do with the program. This is nothing. And a lot of people don't look at it that way because they're protecting the status quo. They're protecting the status quo, and they're afraid to fail. They're afraid to be successful. All they want to do is do what they've always done. Well, it hasn't worked for 30 years, so we're taking the game. And Coach Bradshaw and myself made that decision, along with a lot of other people in this room. And I don't regret it a bit. Everybody's talking about the game, and it's the first one. And if we have a great game and a great atmosphere, you wait to see how it takes off the next couple of years. So, yeah, you risk. You risk every time. But I've worked 3 years to make this team vulnerable enough that they would go out there and compete and not be afraid to lose. And we're not going to back down now. And that's why you play this game.
You've had a few more days now to look at them on film. What stands out about them?
Well, just that they're an excellent team. The bottom line, forget about FBS, FCS, 1AA, 1A. It doesn't matter. The bottom line is the hardest thing to do is teach a team how to win. They know how to win. 10 games last year. They're picked in the top 5 in the FCS. Got a lot of returners back, an excellent defense, high-powered offense, 30 points a game. But that's more than a touchdown better than us. And what are we really talking about here? We're talking about this is our first year as a 1A program since I've been here. And, so what's the difference between us and them right now? So, again, once people get past the fact that, hey, why should we play this game? The bottom line is they're a good football team, and we're excited to play good football teams. We're excited when we play good football teams, and they are a good football team. They don't beat themselves, and they do an excellent job on special teams. And, they score a lot on offense, and they play a heck of a good defense. So that's all our kids are looking at right now. Nothing else matters to them.
The landscape of college football, the best 1AA teams are basically as good as a lot of, or similar caliber to playing a lot of 1A teams, right?
Yeah, again, I don't know Sagrin, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called, but apparently they're ranked better than us in that by about 20 points. So I don't know what all that means, but the bottom line is, North Dakota State goes in and beats Minnesota. Appalachian State beats Michigan, and you can go on and on. Every year those games happen. So, and again, I'm just trying to help you do your job. My job is I don't worry about any of that. And I'm trying to get the team not to worry about it. The bottom line is this is what they run on offense. This is what they run on defense. This is our game plan. This is what we need to get done in a game, and this is how we want to execute. I wanted to play Villanova. Whether this was the first game of the year or the fourth game of the year, who cares? Who cares? And if it was us, we'd keep playing Villanova. We'd keep playing Delaware. You know, we tried to play Rutgers. We tried to play Pitt. Get them on the schedule. Let's go. John Chaney came over and talked to our team the other day, and he talked about when they took this job and people were trying to schedule all these games. He said, no, go get me Duke. Go get me North Carolina. Go get me those teams. Everything else was too parochial for him, and that's how he took the team from where they were, when he started to obviously one of the elite teams. And he came and talked to our team about that the other day, and that's important. We're not ready for that jump yet, but we've made great strides, and we're competitive, and now we got to take the next step.
What else did he say to the guys? That'd be pretty.
The rest of it's, the rest of it's, it was kind of personal. It was just, he was just talking about some things that he wanted to impart to them from all his experience. And as I told the team, man, that's a 60-minute window that you'll have the rest of your life, because the man is so brilliant and just so revered.
You only talk for 60 minutes?
That was it. No, but I didn't tell you we had security come in and cut it off. But we did. He did talk for 60 minutes, and it was good because it wasn't a deal where I didn't have time. We asked John to get a hold of him because John knows the nooks and crannies of the city, and that's where you find Coach Chaney now. But I didn't really get a chance to talk to Coach Chaney. It's not like I said, hey, come talk to the team about X, Y, and Z. And it was, that would be that. John, first of all, John wouldn't do that. He wouldn't speak to my team and tell them what I want. He's going to tell them what he thinks he can educate them on. And it was just unbelievable. There's 150 people in the room, coaches, and it was an opportunity to listen to them and just learn from them. So it was great. Offensively, first of all, it starts with their center, Brannigan, is a kid that we recruited, and is an excellent player. He's a 4-year starter. I feel the same way about their left tackle, 71. Igilona, again, I'm trying to pronounce the young man's name correctly, but he's got tremendous size, and I think he's a focal point on the O-line. If you had to pick one thing, it would have to be the backfield. The fact that they play 2 quarterbacks in the backfield, Balls is running the ball at running back, and then also Caesar goes back there and does some of the, the wildcat, for lack of a better word. He does some of that. But, Whitney makes it go. Whitney's a competitor. He's smart, doesn't make mistakes with the football. So he makes it go. And together they come up with, 30 points a game. They have a big-time wideout at X that does a nice job for them. So, again, in coaches, we talk about numbers as coaches, but, the Harvey kid, number 3, is the kid I'm referring to. So they do a nice job on offense. That's their strengths. Did you want me to just stay on offense? Yeah. On defense, it's, number one, the system is the star. The system is the star. It's they run the 3-5 or 3-3, whatever you prefer. But it's an odd package. It's something that we don't see a lot of. It requires a lot of movement, a lot of speed on the field. Kirkland at the linebacker makes the thing really go. And then the Sunday kid at number 91 at outside linebacker is really good. So they have a great linebacker core. Those 2 kids are preseason All-American, All-Conference. A couple kids in the secondary that we really recruited hard, the Dempsey kid, the Potts kid. So, again, it's a talented group on defense. And they fly around. They're rugged. Have some tough guys. The nose guard is a load to handle, Matus. So it's an excellent unit. The thing that I'm most impressed about, obviously, is I spend a lot of the time on special teams, and I think their kickoff return is one of the best that we've seen on their kickoff return, and they do a great job on special teams overall.
They bring Antoine in usually a series half. Will you do something similar with Chester, or are you going to go with one guy and pretty much, unless you need to bring another guy in?
Yeah, I mean, again, a lot of it has to do with the game plan and how we want to work that. We're committed to Vaughn right now. I would never rule out playing another quarterback, and certainly sometimes it's imposed on you that you have to play another quarterback. So we have 2 ready, and we have a third that's getting a lot of mental reps and is on top of it. That would be Girardi, and if it comes to that, he would be the 3rd guy to go in right now. We're going to try to protect Coyer's red shirt. So that's where we're at with that. But Vaughn's done a nice job.